Genesis 3:15 sets up a battle between the offspring of the woman and the offspring of the serpent. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. In its original context, this marks the beginning of an adversarial relationship between humans and snakes, creatures with which man had previously lived peaceably, even naming them in Genesis 2. Now, mankind is a threat to snakes from above, likely to step on them, and snakes are a danger from below, likely to strike the heel. This imagery signals a world changed for the worse because of sin, where both mankind and animals are vulnerable to one another. But this vulnerability is true of much of the animal kingdom. Humans and their livestock were threatened by lions, wolves, and many other wild beasts. So why is the serpent singled out? The New Testament reveals the serpent's deeper identity. Jesus calls Satan the father of lies in John 8, pointing to the serpent as the one who introduced falsehood into the world with the very first lie. Revelation 12 verse 9 confirms the identity. So the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. Thus, Genesis 3:15 is seen as the first foreshadowing of the gospel, a prophecy about the ongoing conflict between the offspring of the woman and the offspring of Satan. Galatians 4:4 speaks of Christ as the offspring of the woman. But when the fullness of the time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of woman. As for Satan's offspring, while he does not procreate biologically, he has spiritual children. In John 8:44, Jesus says to the Pharisees, "You are of your father the devil, and the desires of your father you want to do." The early church recognized this in their prayer in Acts 4:24-30, identifying unrepentant Israel among those who had become enemies of Christ. In the parable of the tares, Matthew 13, Jesus explains that the weeds are the sons of the evil one. So, in a spiritual sense, all those who oppose righteousness, especially those who rejected Christ, are considered the children of Satan. However, it's important to clarify, this is not a condemnation of all Jews. Christ himself was a Jew, sent first to the Jews, and many did believe. But many also rejected him, John 1:11, and facilitated his crucifixion. Satan's offspring are spiritual, those who embody his lies and rebellion. Genesis 3:15 foreshadows God's redemptive plan. Although Satan would strike blows against Christ and his followers, Christ would destroy Satan and thereby bring life to his people.